Welcome, everyone. Today, we're stepping into a world of fantasy and fun with adventures in the Magic Kingdom for the NES. Released by Capcom in 1990, this game promised to take players on a wild ride through Disneyland. And let's face it, who doesn't dream of visiting the happiest place on Earth? But does this 8-bit adventure live up to its magical promise, or does it fall flat like a dull theme park ride? Grab your Mickey ears and let's find out! First, a little history about the game. Adventures in the Magic Kingdom is a unique blend of action, platforming, and mini-games, all set within the beloved Disneyland theme park. The goal? Well, you play as a nameless adventurer who's out to collect keys to unlock various attractions around the park. Each area of the game represents different parts of Disneyland, with familiar attractions like Space Mountain, the Haunted Mansion, and Big Thunder Mountain, just to name a few. It's essentially a theme park tour in digital form, but as with all old-school games, it's not as easy as just walking in and having fun. Oh no, there's a challenge to overcome. Let's talk about the gameplay now. It's a mix of exploration and challenges, with the main character needing to gather keys in order to progress to different sections of the park. As you explore each attraction, you're faced with different types of challenges. Some are platforming, others are puzzle-based, and some even require you to play mini-games. The variety is definitely a plus, as it keeps things from feeling too repetitive, which is often a danger in older games. Speaking of the mini-games, they're a bit hit or miss. Some are enjoyable and add a nice break to the action, but others can feel frustrating or out of place. For example, a racing minigame in the Tomorrowland section can be really difficult, with tight controls and a confusing layout that can easily throw you off. At the same time, some of the platforming sections, especially in places like the Haunted Mansion, offer some genuinely fun moments of tension and excitement. But there's a catch: the difficulty is no joke. The game can be brutal at times. Enemies often swarm you from all directions, and the platforming sections demand precision. One wrong move and you're back to the beginning, losing precious time and progress. The learning curve is steep, and while some players might appreciate the challenge, others could find themselves quickly frustrated. It's a bit of a trial and error experience, and the difficulty might turn off some players. On the plus side, the controls are fairly solid for the most part. The character moves with decent responsiveness, and while it might take a moment to get used to the jumps, especially in the more demanding platforming levels, it's never a deal breaker. But the real question is, does the game get better with time? Or does the difficulty just pile up, making you wish you never took the challenge in the first place? Well, it depends on what kind of player you are. If you enjoy a challenge and have the patience to get past the harder levels, there's fun to be had here. The game definitely rewards persistence, but for those looking for a more relaxed, easygoing experience, this might not be the best pick. Graphically, the game is charming for its time. The character designs are simple, but they capture the Disney spirit well. The park itself looks decent too, with each themed area being recognizable and offering some nostalgia for Disney fans. But there's a noticeable lack of depth to the environments, and some of the colors feel a little too bright, making the world feel less alive than it could have been. The music, while catchy at times, isn't quite the iconic Disney soundtrack you might expect. Sure, it's got its moments, but nothing that really sticks with you after you turn off the console. So, should you visit the Magic Kingdom through this game? Here's where things get tricky. The game does have its charm. It captures the essence of Disneyland in a way that feels magical, even if the execution can be rough around the edges. The variety in gameplay keeps things fresh, but the difficulty can be off-putting, especially for those looking for a lighthearted experience. If you've got the time and the patience to face the challenge head-on, you'll find some enjoyment here. However, if you're more of a casual player looking for an easy, fun ride through Disney, be prepared for a few road bumps along the way. In conclusion, Adventures in the Magic Kingdom offers an interesting, albeit frustrating, ride through a pixelated Disneyland. It's not for everyone, and the difficulty might scare off casual gamers, but for those looking for an 8-bit adventure with a unique twist, it's worth checking out. Just make sure you've got a little extra patience in your pocket before you go in. If you've enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more retro game reviews and in-depth looks at your favorite classics. And if you're itching for more, check out my other videos on NES classics. I promise there's more fun and nostalgia waiting for you.